kind of touch on something someone else said about pardons, and I respect everybody's opinion on pardons, but I strongly believe that everybody should get a pardon for that day, and we should just wash our hands of it because we can't, parsing out all these different things. It's like everybody needs to get out of prison. All I care about is getting my friends out of prison, my brothers. Uh, um, Back to the charge that I was arrested for recently. So why did they raid my house, you may ask? Well, I was a knucklehead when I was 21 years old. I'm 38 right now. I was selling drugs, and I got caught, and I got sentenced to 20 years with 10 suspended. So I served 10 years in prison. I completely turned my life around. I'm telling you, I turned my life around in about a year. It took me 9 more years to get out. I read hundreds of history books, dozens of college textbooks, word for word, cover to cover. My father was a retired major in the Army, a decorated Vietnam War veteran who also died while I was in jail for J6 a couple months after I got arrested, and I was denied bond to be able to go to his funeral. He was one of my best friends. He's a great man. Um, he would send me international reports, annual reports for different international organizations, and I'd read those cover to cover. So I really tried to educate myself and better myself. And then when I got out, I moved to Nashville, and I had about 2 jobs at a time, but I also volunteered a lot. It's one of the things that I love doing is volunteering my time to help other people suffering, and being of service of to other humans is one of the greatest values that I think anybody can hold, and myself in particular. I volunteered, 20, 30 hours a week at this local senior center in the kitchen. I volunteered at Ronald McDonald House, prepping dinner for families of sick children. I run the Youth Special Olympics, any number of organizations that I was involved in. And I was released from probation in 2019. I was released from prison in 2017, released from probation in 2019, about a year and a half after I got out for good behavior because I was doing so well and they cut me loose. And I even called them and made sure that I was loose. And they said, 100%, you're cut clean. Well, apparently Virginia does this thing and they don't do it anymore because it's I guess it was wrong and unconstitutional or whatever. It was not right. So they changed the law, but I'm under old law. So they do this thing where they put you on good behavior for life. Okay. So that means anywhere in the country, if I get a DUI, if I get in a in a fight over a girl or something like, any number of shenanigans that could possibly pop up in someone's life, 30 years from now in Nebraska, let's say, Virginia is still going to want to give me that 10 years that I have over my head. So the J6 conviction, little did I know, I didn't know because I went through the whole process, had no idea that this was coming to bite me until I got out and they raided my friend's house. I'm on bond right now. They want to give me 10 years in prison. They want to give that back to me. It was about 2 years that I was off probation before January 6th. So that's the case for me. I'm hoping that pardons will wipe that clean because if the federal J6 charge gets dismissed, what's the violation? Theoretically that should go away too. So on my court for that is actually January 27th. So if Trump could do it day one, it would really mean a lot to me.